that tree and rock are finally gone. I've been looking at those for a while thinking they need to go, and so now they're gone. And so now I'm gonna take a break, and then when we come back, we're gonna mulch in between the perennials since I can't get the mower through there, and do some mulching around the beds hopefully. This bed is completely mulched all the way around now, along with that section in between the perennials, so that we don't have to try and mow through there. It's not wide enough to do it with the zero turn. So now we only have in between these two beds, this area, all the way around these two beds, and around that bed, and then a bunch of mulching behind the shed. So we're slowly catching up. I'm not building any more beds anytime soon, so we should have a chance to catch up. It's just getting a little hot now, so I'm going to change jobs now and go and load the grain truck up with asphalt millings and haul them down to one of the lanes that we want to put them on. So I'm back, refreshed, got my drink, and now we are going to haul this load of asphalt millings out. This one right here, this little one next to the bucket truck. I already got a bucket full in the skid loader. We are going to take the stick, the grain truck that's still got the sides on it, and I'll just back it right up here and load it up real quick, and then we'll run it down to the lane. It's gone. Time to head to the field. And it's been dumped. We're at the very end of this lane. We did grade this one in the spring, but there's a bunch of washouts over this ditch and a few holes up farther that we want to fill. I have done quite a bit of work, guys. So right here, you can see this is where the drill press and that drill bit cabinet was. It is now moved over here. We have the drill press sitting here, and then this rolling cart that I didn't know what to do with, I put here, and it's got all of the bits lined up from largest to smallest. So it goes from here to there, and then up here and towards that way. And then we have just some specialty cement bits, spades, and the tools for taking the bits on and off, and then some weird hydraulic cylinder specialty tools or something. But I made some modifications to this setup so that it would work better. I put this little 1.5 horse shop vac up here, so when you're done using the drill press, you just fire it up and suck up all the metal shavings that get produced during your drilling session. I also put this plexiglass shield across right here, because when you're using the saw, the sparks fly really far. Like, they've gotten way back on the other side of that tractor before, so you don't want this running if somebody's drilling. So I put that there so that the sparks just hit and fall down, and they stay out of the way of the rest of the shop. And that cabinet I put in the scrap pile, so that is not coming back. And so we got a good 4 feet, a good 4x4 section cleaned up, organized, and that's one of the big projects that was going on this side. A lot of this stuff is just like planter parts, so it's going to be stuff that's just going to get put in a pile outside until we get a parts room. And some of this stuff, like this thing, we got to tear apart and try and get this PTO shaft out, or PTO spline, whatever you want to call it. And not exactly sure what we want to do with these mower pumps, because the end of it that has the part that's worn out, they're $1,000 a piece, and we have 2 or 3 pumps that all of them are wore out on. So yeah, we don't know what we're doing there yet. We may look at just getting a whole pump. Maybe that would be cheaper. We don't know. Today I worked in the garden. I got both beds of asparagus weeded and mulched, so no more weeds we'll have to be worried about in both of these beds. I lined them with seed bags, and then mulched all through and got it real good. That, of course, we did yesterday around that bed, and we will do this square once we do around this bed, which I'm still trying to figure out how to get rid of this grass because the snippers that I have won't snip it. So I tarped this a couple days ago on Saturday, and so it's actually working. It is starting to die, but today I did obviously the 2 asparagus beds, but I also did around this bed right here. You can see got a ring around it, and I decided that I was gonna mulch right up to this chicken fence, and it looks a lot nicer than it did before. The weeds were like yay high, so I was able to go through, snip it all down, lay it all with seed bags, and then put the wood chips down. And I started going around just because I had some extra bags left, but that'll be extra project later. Gonna go through and put another strip of seed bags through right here because I'm still not sure what I'm gonna be doing out here yet. I don't know if this is gonna stay a driveway or if I'm gonna do more beds here or have this be perennial area or have another chicken area that can be like sectioned. I just don't know. But hello guys, good morning. Today we are working on this workbench. Oh yeah, and that's news, but I'm just gonna leave that there. That showed up between yesterday and today. So I think Uncle Billy, I think it was, is who's working on that. I don't think Dad is. Dad hasn't. I don't know. But it's staying there. So we are gonna work, we're gonna clean off this whole top and then go underneath and clean up the whole bottom. And what I want to do after we get this workbench done is work our way that way and do everything under the stairs as well. So we're gonna do this straight to the wall and then boom, that way that leaves only that workbench to do over there. And I say only, it is not as much as you think, because we went through and did everything underneath, which I think that was the most of the work right there, was cleaning out behind the workbench where all the tools have fallen back over time. So that is the hard part done, I think, is underneath. So we only got to do on top, and I think that'll take us a day or two, I think. Alright guys, we got quite a bit done cleaning in the shop. We got my goal done, which was getting the top done underneath and also this area. Most of it being scrap, just like I thought, and trash, and some of it being spare parts for stuff. So that stuff all went outside. And so hopefully tomorrow or the next day we can work this section out and get all of this stuff organized. Most of it, I mean, the small generator's going to go in the auction pile. Some more jerry cans under there that our auction, some burn, some fence paint, which probably should be pulled out. We can probably paint the fences and sweeping up, small things like that. And then we move on to this workbench, which I don't know what this is. I don't know if it's a kind of parts washer or what, but yeah, that's sitting there, and there's a barrel half full of oil here with a pump in it, so have to ask Dad about that. I got the grain platform pulled up here. We are doing quite a few things to this. Starting off, this gave us quite a few issues at the end of last year. Let me go around. The stainless steel floor on the bottom here, it's all peeled back and peeling up, and it was giving us some real problems at the end of last year, causing us to get done real late. So we are replacing this center section, and I think I mentioned to Dad that the company we want to get it from has a poly liner that goes underneath this drum, and I think he wants to get that as well. So we're gonna pull this drum completely out, he said, and put in the poly, put in that piece of steel. And I'd like to get the automatic head adjust working this year, and so that we don't have to manually adjust for hills and rocks and all sorts of stuff like that. I'd like to be able to have that working, but I think the problem for that's on the combine side. And there's a few things we want to replace on the combine, like concaves, some fins on the chopper need to be replaced, and it needs a mirror. Usually we go through 2 or 3 mirrors every year, and different things like that. So yeah, this is the end of the video, guys, so thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button down below and hit the like button, and the comments are now open as well, so go down and leave a comment for what you want to see, what you liked about the video, anything. So I'll see you next time. Goodbye.